And obviously Reece James right back, and then Caicedo in the midfield.
Yeah, it ain't about that. Like, and when these players are bonded, the thing I learned for today, we could have won 4 or 5-0. Colwell was absolutely disgraceful today.
Sorry, I've had to get involved here. What are you saying?
You know what I want to ask you? Where's he going to get changed at the training ground? I'm deadly serious. Where are these people? If you've got 40 players, how are they all in one dressing room? How are you putting a training session on?
Let's be honest here. Hello there, guys. Welcome back to Yosta's Chelsea Blues. Hope you guys are all doing well. Here is the Chelsea fans preview video for Bayern Munich versus Chelsea. Couldn't get Jacob on because he's going to be on his way there round about now probably. So he's going to be out in Munich for the game, as will be my cameraman. Kenzie will be there as well. But the guests don't stop on this channel. We have only gone and got Siwan. How are you, my friend?
I'm great to be back. To be honest, I'm very happy to return here. I obviously wasn't able to be here for the last video you did, but I'm very happy to have a return.
Yeah, it's great to have you back. I mean, and what a video to have you back for. Chelsea fans preview for Bayern Munich versus Chelsea. Chelsea's return to the promised land, to the Champions League.
Yeah. You can say biggest game in, 3 years now? Arguably.
Would you say that this game?
Yeah.
Well, actually, it is bigger than some people would say the Conference League final was bigger than this, because this is only a group phase, like this is only a league phase game, but still, it's the Champions League. We've got to remember it.
I see. Yeah. But in terms of, aside from the finals, this is the biggest game in 3 years, I would say.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. We're gonna go through.
In fact, right. Aside from the final, it will be the biggest preview on your channel. In fact, I think this is also your first Champions League preview on this channel that isn't the other.
Yeah, this is the first.
Basically.
Yeah, this is the first Champions League preview for Chelsea on this channel. So
yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I've come with the attire. Obviously.
I don't have the. I mean, I am wearing something similar, but yeah.
Yeah,
it is missing something, but you know.
No, of course it's missing something, but we're gonna get straight into it. I mean, this is obviously a big game.
Oh, I do. Before we go, right, I do also want to speak a little about Brentford, because you know.
To be fair, I was just gonna go on to it.
Yeah, it might tie into today.
It will, because obviously I was actually at Brentford. Well, I wasn't in the stadium, but I was just in a pub watching with a couple of mates, Kenzie being one of them, and like it was a great time. Like, even though we didn't win, it was just great to get down there, and you know, we saw a couple of old mates there, and I'll be honest, Brentford is a nice experience. It's a very nice experience, and that even though we're not in the stadium, we're still amongst it with the fans. You know, pre-match in the pub with everyone. But
were there Brentford fans? Like, were there Brentford fans in there as well?
In the pub we were in, I don't think so.
Oh, that's surprising, because considering there.
Yeah,
it's the area.
But Yeah, I mean, to the game of Brentford 2, Chelsea 2, what were your main takeaways from it? Like, what were your main points to take away from it?
First half wasn't good enough. The lineup. Here's the thing with the lineup, right? The lineup, it was a weaker lineup, and I can understand why you've gone weak, but at the same time, it just didn't. It just highlights that the squad isn't completely there yet, which I did say from the summer. I said this squad isn't ready to compete on all fronts. I said it before. I said the window isn't good enough. Well, I'm not going to say it's a 0. It's more like a 5 out of 10. But that game really highlighted that, I would say. Second half, the main talking point really is the second goal for that game, I would say, for Brentford, that is. And the one thing I will say about that second goal is, like, Garnacho, right? Obviously, he was at fault for it. I'm not going to protect him in any way, but I think it's because like people didn't want him coming. I don't know what it was. Like that could be a reason, but people are acting as if he was the only reason why the goal went in. Like people are acting as if he was the only one that was there that could have done something, and I think
that's completely unfair to him. It's completely unfair to him.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's as if he's the only player. Like he's the scapegoat for that game, which I don't agree with. I would. Now it did
he actually played well when he came on. He actually played very well. Yeah, he
did. Which is why, and I'm not even going to blame him for that. It was more the defenders that could have won a header for that. Now it's come out since the match that number one of the, I think Witaro tried to play the ball. He didn't touch it, but he tried to play the ball. But he was standing in an offside position from the flick on. So it came out that the goal should have been given as an offside or as a foul on Tosin, which another angle showed that came out showed this morning. But this is the thing is, right, I don't blame the referee on anything in terms of, because the referee is never the reason why a team doesn't win. It's always what you did on your own, but that doesn't change the fact that the decision wasn't good. That it was the wrong decision. And then before anyone wants to say about Josh King and all that stuff, right? Just because the Josh King goal, right, whether you think is a foul or not in that situation, just because that goal went for your team, that doesn't mean that a decision that goes against you that people perceive as a wrong decision, that doesn't mean that's okay. Like it's two different situations. Even if Josh King was a foul, that doesn't mean that doesn't change the fact that Witaro was still offside in that play. But again, the Stuart Atwell, James Bell, who was the VAR, is not the reason as to what happened. It's still on the manager and the players for not for falling asleep in that situation. But good goal from Caicedo, good goal from Palmer. First goal, poor defending from Tosin. He did that twice now. Obviously, the first one got ruled out, but still poor. Aside from the second half was a much better performance, I'll say.
Yeah, completely agree.
What do you make of that?
Yeah. Everything you said there, I completely agree with. Obviously, people can check out all of my thoughts on the day after video I did with Jacob for Brentford 2, Chelsea 2. So make sure you check that out to get a full reaction of it. And obviously check out the fan cams we did after the game outside the GTEC as well. But saying that, with this result that we've just witnessed, obviously Maresca didn't go strong to start with against Brentford because he was thinking about this game right here, Bayern versus Chelsea. So,
but although I'm just gonna say I don't agree with that in terms. in terms of like obviously rest a few players, but like you should still have your mind on the game that's at hand. And I think that's not the right way to approach things. I will say this is the more important fixture because yes, you only need to win 5 games to get out of the probably win 5 games, draw 1 or something to get out of the league phase. But you want to get the 5 games early. You don't want to be in a position of January where it's like, you have to win the last 2 games just to make it through, like Man City were in last January. Like you don't want to, like PSG was as well. You don't want to be in that position. But it's like I would say this game is very important. It's probably more important than the league game.
Yeah, I completely see where you're coming from with that. But yeah, Bayern versus Chelsea. I mean, Maresca's press conference will be later on today.
Yeah, I think it will be around the same time as this video will drop.
Apparently, it's at 6:15 UK time PM. That is.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, because normally it's 12 PM.
Yeah, but obviously they'd have to travel. They'd have to travel, and then I think as soon as they travel, yeah.
I mean, you can also do the press conference right before you leave as well.
I think what they're doing is, I think he's going to travel and then he's going to do it.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is, because usually, because what I've noticed is usually you do the press conference and then you travel like right after the press conference. That's why I love them. Previously, it'll be about 12 o'clock.
Yeah. But we're going to go into like the team news and everything and go into our predicted lineups. I mean, obviously the press conference hasn't been done yet, so we don't really know about any team news, but we're gonna assess that there was no injuries. I don't think there was any injuries during that game for Brentford versus Chelsea, was there?
There could be an injury in training, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, but let's just as we're recording now. Yeah, assume they're all fit and they're all good to go, like the usuals.
But the other question is more like it isn't just about the injuries. Like, it's also the players that are coming back. Are they going to be available? That's the other thing that's the other question that we're having.
Yeah,
right.
But
we don't know if we don't know if like, Lavia, for example, is he even in the UEFA squad this season?
No, I don't think he is. So he should not be traveling.
So I mean, I don't even think he's fit anyway.
Yeah,
so
right. We're gonna.
Let me just check the squad real quick. Yeah, no, he isn't.
All right, that's fine.
I don't think he's even fit anyways. So it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. We're gonna go with our predicted 11 now. So, or what we want to do. So, do you want to well, the goalkeeper? I mean, we all know who's going to be in goal, don't we?
Yes, but hold on. Also, I need to check one more thing about Lavia as well because yeah, okay. So also it says to be eligible for a player on list B, a squad member must be born on or after the 1st of January and has since his 15th birthday been eligible to play for the club concerned for any uninterrupted period of 2 years. So that basically means that Lavia has been here for 2 years. He was born on the 6th of January 2004, so he will be available on list B, which means that he would be eligible to play, even though he's not in the UEFA squad.
Right.
He's not in the UEFA 8 squad, so he would be eligible to play this fixture if he was to be fit.
Yeah. Now, goalkeeper, it's obviously going to be Robert Sanchez, isn't it?
Yeah, left back and right back, there's also no questions about it. We could also put that in immediately.
Yeah, it's going to be Mark Cucurella.
Yeah.
And then right back, we all know, Reece James.
Okay.
Now
centre back,
centre
right?
back. I think this is
One
easy
of
as
them-
well.
One of them is easy, Chalobah. The other one, right? This is the question with the other one. Yeah. Do you go with the player that has been fit, can make line-breaking passes, but has struggled defensively, or do you want to go with the player who has only just come back from injury, but you know he could defend a lot better? What would you go with?
I'm going with that. I don't trust Fofana yet. I don't trust it yet.
Yeah, but then again, but it's like I don't trust him, but I also don't trust Tosin as nearly as
I
much.
trust Tosin more than Fofana.
Okay then. Okay, so centered CDM. So which one should we put Caicedo in? The left one or the right one?
Does it really matter? I don't think so.
Enzo as well, obviously. Yep. We then look at the striker, right?
Well, the Cam first.
So we're gonna skip Cam for a sec, because we're gonna
Oh,
go to
are
another.
we?
Let's do another position that I think is very obvious, and that is striker.
There we go. Ciao, Pedro.
And now we'll come back to the others. Okay. Do we go?
Now, this is where this is going to be interesting. I'm going to show you what I'm going to show you what I would do. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yep, I would agree with this. I would actually agree with both of these. I will say this right now.
Is Esteban not on it?
Apparently not.
Damn.
I mean, you could put Thiago Esteval as like a filler or something.
Is Esteban really not on it? Or am I spelling his name wrong?
No. Wait, hold on. Wait, let me go full screen. Let's see. Okay. Wait, no. Isn't his name spelled with an E? ESTE. I swear it's ESTE. And then VAO.
Wait. Oh, here we are. ESTE.
Yeah, VAO.
Huh? Oh, whatever. I'll just put him. we know which Esteban it is. It's just
yeah.
Yeah.
So who's just said attacking mid?
There we go.
Yep, that's completely wrong. I would completely agree with this.
Or what we could do. Hang on. This might be a bit rogue, but wait. I think you know where I'm going with this.
Okay.
I think you know who I'm putting here now.
Yeah. Oh.
Wait, what?
Wait, let me. Hold on.
There we go. Or we could do that.
I mean, I
don't mind.
Doubt that. Like, I highly doubt that's gonna be what we do. I still think it'll be Esteban on the right.
Yeah. But this would be my backup option.
Yeah. I completely agree.
Garnacho, when he came on, he did very well. We've got we just call it for a spade. He did so well when he came on. Apart from that last moment at the end where it's not all his fault, but collective responsibility here. So yeah, that's our no. It would be Esteban here and Pedro Neto there. But
Yeah,
that's our lineup.
I just have one question, right?
Yeah.
What would you say? What would you say is the reason as to why he is like he's getting that he got that much hate for one play, which I would even say he was the most he was like the biggest the most like he could have done like as much like he could have done much better or anything like that. Like what would you say is the reason for what he's been getting?
Genuinely don't know. Some people would say his attitude when he was at Man United. I didn't, apart from a couple of things, I didn't really see anything bad. Like, sometimes when Noni Madueke used to not track back?
Yeah.
That's basically Garnacho, but just on the other side.
I would also say, right, by the way, I wouldn't go with your backup option just because of the fact that, like, when he started, he hasn't been good. Like, I've always seen him as a player that's always does well off the bench. So I'm just not a fan of him like starting any games. So I will say that. Like, I would still.
Or maybe he starts games. I don't know, like maybe in the cup, in like the EFL Cup, or like maybe gets Leeds away or Leeds at home.
Like I understand he's got the attitude problem and stuff, right? But like he also would have been told, when he's coming, when he comes and when the player signs and everything, what their role would be. Like if he's been told, that his role would be, to come off the bench and provide something and stuff. Like I understand as a player, right? You're not gonna you obviously want to start every single match, of course, but like, how cool would it be, right? To be able to say that you come off the bench and you constantly change the game, and then you consistently get the winning goal or the winning assist or something. Like that would be. I don't know about you, but like that would be something that I would cherish if I was a striker.
Yeah, definitely.
Or
definitely.
Or something.
Yeah, definitely, completely agree. But now we're going to go on to our score predictions for this game. We're going to go to you first, Dylan. What do you reckon?
Okay. First things first. Let's see if Bayern Munich have any injuries. Yeah, because that impacts how the game will go and stuff, right? Like,
I mean, Musiala's out. We all know that.
Yeah, Musiala. Davies is out as well.
I think Musiala's the only main injury.
And Davies and Rafael Guerrero.
Oh, Alphonso Davies is out.
Yeah. If we look at their last match against Hamburg, right? Let's look at the last match, their match against Hamburg real quick. And by the way, these guys have won 3 out of 3 games, scored 14 and conceded 2. Oh my god.
Yeah, but Bayern are on great form right now. I mean, they're gonna be. They're playing in the Bundesliga.
Right? These guys at home this season, have scored 11 goals and conceded 0 in 2 games. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so looking at
I'll be honest, it's not looking good for us. But
looking at their game against Hamburg, right? They started with Neuer in goal. They played a 4-2-3-1. So left back they went with Stanisic, right back is Leimer, and they had a centre backs of Tar and Upamecano. We then go to midfield. They had Pavlovic and Kimmich. The attacking midfield included their wings. They had Luis Diaz, they had Serge Gnabry, and they had Michael Olise, and Harry Kane was the striker. Harry Kane actually got he scored he scored twice in that game as well.
Yeah, I'll be honest. That attack is looking scary.
Yeah, I would agree. But then
I'm
again,
not.
right? Like Hamburg, like
It is Hamburg.
Yeah, Hamburg's team is not one that I'm. Like I think I think we'd probably get in the Hamburg like youth teams or something.
Like
That's how
if we faced Hamburg, in the Champions League, we'd beat them.
No, when I say we, as in I don't mean this club. I mean me and you.
Oh, oh,
We'd probably play.
okay.
We'd probably play in their academy. That's how we'd probably start for or at the very least get on the bench for the under 21s. Like that's how poor they've been. Maybe
I wouldn't go
I
that
don't
far.
know.
I wouldn't go that far, but okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
I
joking,
mean,
right?
do you want,
I'm joking, yeah.
yeah, do you want to go to your score prediction now?
So if we look against Leipzig, they played the exact same 11 as they did against Hamburg. The only exception is they played Goretzka instead of Pavlovic. At Leipzig, I mean, they have Xavi Simons and they have Peter Gulacsi, their goalkeeper, but no one else is anyone that I recognize. Penda, Diamond, Seawold, or Orban. I mean, I heard of some of these names, but I don't rate any of them. So
Yeah.
I don't think so let's just put it that way. I just don't see a battering or something. I definitely think Bayern will concede their first goal at the Allianz this season. Maybe they'll win. I don't. But it's not gonna. It's gonna be a much closer match than the 5-0 against Hamburg and the 6-0 against Leipzig.
Yeah, but what's your actual score prediction, though? What do you think will happen?
I mean, I don't even know. I would say 2-1 to Bayern. Like, it's hard to say, but the other thing is this team is a real unknown when it comes to the Champions League. I know we won the Club World Cup and stuff, but still an unknown. Especially playing in that atmosphere as well. So it's hard. It's going to be a hard one. But I do also think this is also by far the toughest fixture this group will play in the league phase. I'd even prefer the Barcelona home tie over this match. And the Barcelona home tie, we play Arsenal 4 days later. I prefer that one over this.
Yeah, definitely.
What would you say?
Well, actually, who do you think is going to score the goals? Because you said 2-1 Bayern.
I would say obviously Harry Kane. I would say look at who scored for them. I'll say Harry Kane. Or at least say Mike Grabber, but I'm going to go with Luis Diaz and I would say should I go with João Pedro? No, I'll go Cole Palmer. Because why not? Okay. He broke his non-penalty goal last weekend, so I'll just go with him.
Yeah, he scored his first. He scored his first non-penalty goal since the Bournemouth home game, and I was there for that. I remember that. But in the league. My score prediction. I don't think we lose. I genuinely don't think we lose.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 2-2. I actually think it'll be 2-2.
Okay, so who would you say is gonna score?
Cole Palmer and João Pedro will score for us.
Yeah.
And for Bayern, I actually think we'll lock up Harry Kane. I actually don't think Harry Kane will score. I think he'll assist, but not score. I'm gonna go Michael Olise and Gnabry.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
I just feel like it's going to be the wingers this game, and yeah.
Although I will say, right, if it's the wingers, I will say Gnabry isn't a winger. They're not playing Gnabry as a winger now. Like he's plays as a 10. Luis Diaz is the winger. Has been playing as the winger the past 2 games.
Oh, okay,
The games
fair
that
enough,
they've played, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that is it. We've given our score predictions. We've done the lineups. We've done everything. Thank you very much for joining me, Steven.
Yeah. I just want to ask. So, would you change Gnabry to Luis Diaz then, if you say it's going to be the wingers?
Nah, still go Gnabry. I actually really rate Gnabry as a player. I actually think he's very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna run. Yeah, go on.
Also, okay. Apparently, I found out why Mark Guiu didn't get picked for Brentford. He said Mark is a striker, and we know him from last year. But in this moment, we needed to have one of them out of the squad. I also wanted to give Tyreek George a bit of confidence. He did quite well versus Fulham and was okay today.
Okay then, fair enough then.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to round this one out there. Thank you very much, Simon, for joining me. It's been a pleasure. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe we'll see you on the live stream. Who knows?
I don't think I'll be on the live stream, but I will likely be able to make it for the day after. So instead of Jacob,
we'll see what we'll see what happens.
I'll take for this one because he'll be on the way back.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Make sure you smash the subscribe button if you're new, smash the likes, turn that bell notification on so you don't miss any great upcoming content. Make sure you follow the socials on TikTok, Instagram, and X. Yosa's Chelsea Blues on all. Yosa's Chelsea Blues Shorts is a new TikTok account that I've made where all the shorts will be on there on TikTok. Shorts will still be coming out on here. Some Champions League shorts will be coming out today. Don't you worry. Tottenham Villarreal will be there for full time when Tottenham hopefully lose. In a bit, up Chelsea.
Also Arsenal against Bilbao as well. Bilbao against Arsenal, sorry. Bilbao's at home.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
Nico Williams masterclass.
What?
Nico Williams masterclass, hopefully.
No. I don't know about Nico Williams. Inaki Williams, definitely. Inaki Williams. Not sure about Nico.
We'll see.
Because I heard that he's not that good.
Well,
but Inaki Williams, though, yes.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, enjoy.